Hey guys, Rominating Reaper here. So, Halloween is upon us next week. Figured since the holidays coming up soon, I may as well get a few little horror reviews in. Got the ball rolling on that a couple of weeks ago, but had to take my eyes off it to catch up on some new movies, including TF1, which you should totally go and see because it's really fucking good. So I'm picking it back up with the first Terrifier, which I've finally watched for the first time. I've been hearing a lot about this franchise. It has really grown into a proper word of mouth phenomenon. And so I was definitely looking forward to, finally checking out for myself and seeing if I was actually on board the Art of the Clown train. But is this actually a good start to the franchise? Let's find out. So the film is set in Miles County on Halloween night, where we meet two friends, Tara and Dawn. They've been out drinking and they go to a pizza place for a bite to eat to sober up. But when they get back to the car, they find one of the tires punctured. So they call upon Tara's sister, Vicky, to pick them up. But while they wait for their ride, Tara first has to visit the bathroom. But what starts out as a simple trip to the toilet soon devolves into something much deadlier as the girls soon find themselves caught up in the killing spree of sadistic murderer Art the Clown. So yeah, obviously this is humble beginnings for the franchise. This is made on a very small budget, which itself was funded through an Indiegogo campaign, of which the backers are featured in the credits. And so this whole thing feels like a really small, intimate production, driven by passion and a single vision. And I gotta say, the end results are pretty decent. This is an entertaining enough start to the franchise overall. I mean, obviously, the film's real strong suit is its kills. And obviously, this is where it really shines through as a labor of love for its director, Damien Leone, who obviously got his start doing like special makeup effects, and it shows because even for the minuscule budget, the gore effects here look great. And they lend the kills, this real brutality with some, a really like gnarly, grisly imagery. And there's a real creativity to these kills too. Obviously there's beheadings, scalpings, faces getting crushed, all manner of brutality. And if you're someone who's squeamish, yeah, I'd recommend sitting this one out. There's one particular kill here that if you don't have a strong stomach for gore, yeah, you'll probably struggle. But if you're a gorehound, you'll be plenty satisfied. And obviously, the kills would not be complete if they didn't have a memorable killer carrying them out. And obviously, yes, any good slasher has to have a memorable central villain. Obviously you've got your Michaels, your Jasons, your Freddys, or even like Leatherface or Ghostface. In fact, in the credits of the film, there are tributes to Wes Craven, Tobe Hooper, and George A. Romero. So this is very much paying respect to the history of the slasher subgenre, of which it is following on from. And so, on that front, Art the Clown fits the bill really nicely. Yet, he is an incredibly memorable horror movie villain. I mean, obviously, right off out of the gate, his look incredibly distinctive. Obviously, his black and white clown makeup and outfit. You can just look at him and know exactly what he's about. And in fact, the opening credits establishes him very well. Showing him suiting up for the kill, but never showing his face. So it lends itself to this real aura of mystique. But he would not be anywhere near as memorable as he is if it wasn't for his, overall screen presence, which David Howard Thornton plays with great relish. His whole like body language and mannerisms are sort of a fusion of that of a circus clown and a street mime. Since this is a wordless performance, but honestly, you don't even need dialogue because every single one of his mannerism really communicates everything about him so effectively. Again, everything he says and says, since he's silent, but everything he does, is deliberately heightened and exaggerated, as he taunts his victims in very funny ways that do lead to some good laughs. Yeah, he is an incredibly entertaining character to watch. I just wish the plot around Art and these kills was, a lot stronger. I mean, don't get me wrong, the story serves its purpose fine, it's functional, you know, it runs at a fairly respectable 85 minutes. It's got a healthy pace, so it does exactly what it says on the tin, no more, no less. It knows what it wants to be and does exactly what it sets out to do. It's nothing special, but it does the job. But it's the characters that is where it really falters. The acting is not brilliant right in the game. I'm not expecting like Daniel Day Lewis or anything. Especially at this budget level. But it doesn't help that the characters here really are pretty thin. Like, they're really generic, like slasher types, and I mean there are satisfying moments involving them, but I never felt properly emotionally invested because there wasn't really too much to them beyond their sort of slasher archetypes, and they didn't have like real meaningful arcs that I could get behind. But overall, though, I was at least reasonably entertained by Terrifier 1. It is you know, a great, like, demo for gore effects, with great kill sequences and a very, very entertaining villain in Art. Yeah, I just wish the story and characters around it were a lot stronger. And overall, out of 10, Terrifier gets 6 pumpkins. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the first Terrifier. Let me know down in the comments, have you seen it? What do you think of it? Are you a fan of the franchise? And do you think Art the Clown has earned his status as modern day horror movie icon? Let me know all that down in the comments. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new. And don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload.